Hello, welcome to 5 News. I'm Natasha Kaplinsky. As a nation of dog lovers, millions of us will know what joy a new puppy brings. But tonight, in an exclusive 5 News investigation, we reveal the true horror behind some of Britain's so-called puppy farms. Our crime correspondent Jason Farrell has spent months on the trail of dog breeders who bring nothing but misery into these animals' lives. He found cases of serious abuse at 3 breeders which supply one of the UK's largest pet stores. One leading vet described the conditions as the most horrific he'd ever seen. Jason has this report and a quick warning that you may find what he found upsetting.
Caged, ill-treated, these dogs are trapped in an industry that hides its cruelty.
The most horrific conditions I've ever seen animals kept in.
Neglected dogs produce unhealthy puppies and heartache for the families who buy them.
They're just disgusting. I don't know how they can get away with it.
This is the puppy trade exposed. We begin with a visit to the UK's largest pet superstore, Dogs for Us, with warehouse shops in Leeds and Manchester. Here, puppies are on display, photos of celebrity customers line the walls, and price tags reach £900 a pup. But one thing is missing: information about the breeders.
We can't give the breeders details out.
So we wouldn't be able to get the breed, we wouldn't be able to call the breed until after we bought,
And then I don't think there's big teeth to it.
But why so secretive? We went to Wales to find out. This is one of the pet shop's suppliers, Maze Bryn in Carmarthenshire. Most of the light in this dim room comes from the door we open. The electricity possibly switched off to save money. The pens are small, with little bedding and no access to outside runs. A Yorkie bred here was sold through the shop to Gaynor, Cambridge.
Look at that is disgusting.
After a string of complications, Gaynor's puppy, Bella, had a seizure and died.
I think the pet shop should be shut down, and then people stop breeding them in farms.
The mental torment of persistent confinement. Vondra Farm in Carmarthenshire is another supplier we traced to Dogs for Us. Here, a Cocker Spaniel circles in utter frustration. These lively, intelligent animals need stimulation and exercise, both clearly lacking here, as is clean water. A third supplier to Dogs for Us is Llynfforlan in Carmarthenshire. Again, unhealthy, timid dogs live in more squalid conditions. Here, the puppy nearest to us was motionless. They had crates for beds and empty water bowls. We distracted the breeders to obtain this footage, and whilst talking, they offered us a dog that could no longer breed to take home.
Well, the Morgans on that last farm offered to give us this 7-year-old Bichon Frise. And although they've cleaned her up, you can see she's got a urine-stained coat, her teeth are rotten. And we're going to take her to the vet to get her checked up.
Dolly, who we've now rehomed, had numerous health problems and signs of neglect. Vet Mark Abraham then watched our footage.
We've got the puppy closest to us who doesn't actually look alive. The most horrific conditions I've ever seen animals kept in. There's just absolutely no care for these animals whatsoever, apart from to keep them alive, just to get more puppies out of them, which is sick.
And poorly kept dogs can breed problematic puppies. This farm bred Jacka, sold through Dogs for Us. She had to be put down 4 months later. The vet's report says she was poorly from birth.
The vet said Jacka's mother had been overbred too many times, and that was the cause of Jacka's condition. She also said Jacka's brothers and sisters would have this condition.
Dogs for Us offers a 6-month guarantee. It used to be a year. In a statement, they insist that they're monitored by the council and the RSPCA, and that all the puppies we purchase are from registered breeders who are also licensed by the local authority, who also carry out inspections of their premises. The breeders all declined our offer of an interview, but Llynfforlan Farm said in a statement, "We categorically deny that we have neglected any of our animals or caused them to suffer distress or ill health." They added sick animals are treated without delay. Our footage was shown to Carmarthenshire Council, but despite expressing concern, they've allowed all the breeders to keep their licences. Many of the puppies bred here will go on to find loving homes, but not these dogs. they're stuck with this.
Jason, some of those pictures are very hard to watch, aren't they? What should people do if they want to buy a puppy?
Well, if you want to get a dog, perhaps consider getting a rescue dog. There are thousands out there. But if you do want a puppy, go to a breeder, make sure you see the mother and the father and what conditions they're kept in.
Now, as we saw in your report, the shop says the breeder's fully licensed and therefore they're doing nothing wrong.
If I went to a supermarket and said to them, there's a welfare problem on one of your farms, the first thing they would do is they would ask to see the footage, and then they would disassociate themselves with those farms. Those two things have not happened in this case. It's right to say that these premises are licensed. They remain licensed. Is that the end of it? No, it isn't. Watch tomorrow.
Absolutely. More tomorrow, of course, but also Jason's written a blog about his investigation. You can read that on our website. And here is our email address, news@5.tv. Now, we've already been contacted by people who've had problems with their pets. If you've had a similar problem with a puppy, perhaps, that you've brought, then please do get in touch, news@5.tv.